live on a thirsty Thursday, the first one of the brand new year. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. One moment, please. Can you please turn that down or use my headphones? Thank you. Welcome everybody. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker. Oh, it's over there. Lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you guys seen what I posted on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Let's see, where have I been? Busy, bro. Busy. The fucking ants go marching one by one. Realistically, yeah, there was an army of people that showed up at our building. And fucking, dude, I don't know when they started getting here, but by the time I woke up, they were already here. Why? Because there's this big grand opening and celebration, and the mayor and the this and that we're going to come down for this big, hostile takeover or merger, as they call it. Again, Salvation Army went bye-bye, and now we're owned by a new company, and they were doing, meet and greets with the community members, and we're gonna have all of this shit and raffles and all this. Are you serious? I motherfucking swear, bitch. Let me put my face on. Let me go out and shake the mayor's hand. Did you see the mayor? No. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I did not see. Anyways, but that's what's been going on. There's a lot going on. We have new food vendors, so that was interesting. They brought in all kinds of interesting food. I was all flapping it around. I was like, what is it? And then there was like lento beans. I was like, wow, let's try this. I've never done this. Then they had like birria and fucking, it was crazy, dude. They had a hot breakfast. All kinds of stuff has been going on around here. So I was just kind of going with the new flow. What else? I sat around watching documentaries and movies all morning. I watched a documentary about a crazy lady in fucking Utah. That was crazy. And I liked the fucking way that they talked about her and, her complex PTSD and how it made her so disassociated. Because I had said that last night. I have to rewatch that video. But I like the very truthfulness of what it is. It's like, welcome to my cult. I brainwash people into believing in the magic of God. Really? Pretty much. I mean, I can use scientific terms, but if we're going to sit down and you want to know the basics of what I do over here, I have an online cult presence. Really? Yep. I brainwash them. I teach them to believe in the unseen. And for those that do, I believe it works. But if not, I just document how I have created this false reality that works for me. And I teach people to come and join this crazy reality I live in. Pretty much. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome to my house. I mean, I can break it down and make myself sound all whatever. But in the end of the day, what are you? I'm a spiritual psychoanalyst. What does that mean? I work with the conscious levels of how people think, and I do a shadow integration, which is intense inner child trauma healing. What? Yeah, along with that, we teach life skills and all kinds of other social skills and anger management, coping mechanisms, along with meditation and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, what is it? They're going to accuse you of it. Just say it. If you wear it, then what is it? I'm a cult leader. Really? Pretty much. Like when I introduce myself as a witch, they're like, why do you say that? Well, I'm a high priest. I'm a high priestess. By definition, I'm a witch. I invocate deities and I talk to dead people and I do all sorts of magic and ritual ceremonies that is that of the Wiccan practice. Really? Yeah, but I do it in the name of Jesus Christ. How you doing? How you doing? You got a girlfriend? Just kidding. Speaking of which, guess what? I had a feeling. It came to me yesterday. What came to you? I was like, Big Red's missing. It had been like 24 or 48 hours. I noticed that I just didn't feel his presence. Who's that? The stalker in the red truck. And I saw Jazz last night, and Jazz told me they went up. The three girls went up, and they had to tell him to leave. She couldn't really tell me the details of it or anything because, policy and whatever, but she said it was sad. I was like, she said they caught on. I was like, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure he didn't stop prowling in the parking lot. Sucks to be the woman on the other side that you find out your man's, but love is blind, bro. No, they're lying. That's not how it was. And you just don't want to believe it yourself, so you'll believe the false narrative that you've painted in front of yourself. And that's what we call it, disassociation from the true reality. We all live in our own reality. We disassociate in all different forms. We create our own warped reality that other people can't seem to grasp. And someone like Russ will spend the rest of your life trying to, paint this pretty picture for you. I do the same thing. Mine's very imaginative. And that's what I said. All right, say that it's all bullshit and I live in a fairy tale world. It works for me. And I'm just trying to show you that if you put on this mindset, it could work for you. Really? Yeah. I put on from my city or whoever else wants to be part of my cult. Really? Realistically. And that's just kind of what it is. It's like, I carry all of those traits. I mean, I'm a scientific wonder. Wonder why? Just kidding. I'll never stop saying that. Really? I mean, that's as close as you're going to get. Anyways, so we've been working with Archangel Metatron. I have been working with him for never, ever. It's very Jesus-like, right? Realistically, that picture up there is better, more descriptive. He's an elder. It's kind of an old man kind of thing. Don't look at him as a young man because he's like the father of fucking fatherhood. The New Dawn on number 10. Hey, bro, today's 111. 111. Say it with me. 111. Are you such a weirdo all the time? I mean, again, the alternative is to live in the pain and the suffering of the memories in my mind, or create a different version of what that looks like in the eyes of Christ and live peacefully. So once again, I do not suffer from insanity. I learn to enjoy every minute of it. Right, Buddha? Right. So anyways, I didn't know I was going to pull this card, but that's where we are. We're at a new dawn. You guys are waking up kind of late. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. It's the first month of the first month of the first of the first month. Oh my God, Becky. Are you ready to go?
You know that's a name, that song. It's the first of the month.
Dude, the fact that you know that makes me feel that old. How insignificant do we feel, guys?
Like every month, it's like these weird cows dancing with that song.
Or do we feel relevant that they know our lingo?
Wait, I gotta show you.
She's gotta show me. I don't want to know. Okay, go over there and take your time. I'm going to go to number 10, A New Dawn. Welcome back. Welcome back. People will say welcome, and I always get that in my head. And what is it? I don't know. It's a jingle from an old video.
It's always this one meme that comes up every first of the month.
Hey, bro, I hope Bone is getting them for royalties. It's royally a pain in my ass. All right, number 10. Anybody that wants to keep up, when do we pull these? Whenever the Holy Spirit guides me. So you can't really keep up. You could go ahead of us and catch up, or you could just, fuck it up. All right, here we go. The journey has been long and the challenge is hard, but you have come now to the end and these difficulties ready to start anew. Hey, I'm laughing about all the people that said they were going to get up and be great today. How'd that work out? Are you doing all the great things that you said you were going to do yesterday? Are you that powerful by today? I mean, Jupiter's in your alignment, but realistically, we went outside and it was cloudy and beautiful and it just felt cozy and comfortable. It was a perfect holiday. Really? And then there was food and laughter and excitement. Kids were running around. They're being creative. They're dancing. They're excited. All kinds of good environment that we're in. But what about you guys that said you were going to go to the gym? You said you were going to punish your body the beginning of the year. You were going to stop eating great foods first thing of the year. You were going to, start putting all these, disciplines. How disciplined were you when you woke up this morning? Wake up, it's the first of the year. Just kidding. I mean, somebody's reading my comments. I'm going to allow you to put your comments in there, but I'm not going to read them till the end because you're probably dropping bullshit in there. And if not, I apologize, but we'll review the play after we play. Let's play. Okay, so anyways, but you've come now to the end and these difficulties ready to start anew. You may have thought you would never reach this place. Even now, finding it hard to truly believe, the darker days are behind you. You know something? Hey, get your ass out of there. Oh, you took your toy back. She won't let me throw her toy away. I've tried to throw it away 3 times since she got this squeaker out like 4 days ago. Really? She keeps getting it. Kind of feel bad. Anyways, going back to this, where was I at? You never thought this place would. Oh, something I did notice. I don't hear no frequencies today. I haven't heard any frequencies today. It is like quiet. Really? No. If you don't stop, I said no. Hold on. She's getting familiar in the garbage. Don't worry, I keep no garbage in there. I'm funny about that shit. Get out of there. Get out of there. Thank you. You can have your toy. Go on. Take your toy. I get it. I know that's what she was going for. But you're not allowed to stick your face in the garbage. And for that reason, I keep no garbage in the house. Does she always do it? No. Only if there was something good we were eating or something. She used to have a thing about the toilet paper in the bathroom, so I always kept that one closed. Really? Yeah, she's a weird dog. Each dog has their problems. Anyways, going back to this, I noticed that there was a silence of the lambs. It was just I wouldn't want to say a complete cutoff, but a complete zone of peace. I feel like I'm in my own energy and there's nobody else with me. And not because I've locked it down, but because I feel whole. I don't feel like somebody else is in my energy with me or that my energy is being pulled outside of me. You'll never truly understand what that means until you pull back your energy. Really? Yeah. And that's just having your thoughts. People are pulling on your heartstrings all day. You're worrying about people and their problems that they're popping up in your head. You know what I mean? Shit like that. That's attachments. Attachments is a nice way to put it. Yeah, attachments. Give me a second. I need to pour some tea. So that felt good. And just a place of accomplishment. I'm ready to start. I mean, I have plans for the whole new year. It wasn't going to start today, not necessarily. But I have a whole blueprint for the year. Could turn purple. Purple rain. Really? Yeah. So you may have thought you'd never reach this place, but now finding it, hard to truly believe the dark days are behind you. That's something I accept every week. I have shadow work, but it'll never be as hard as it was. And I can even explain why I'm here. And I've tried to for so long. Why the fuck are you in a homeless shelter? Oh, let me explain. I mean, aside from the rites and rituals that are, and responsibilities for someone in my position that you must give all worldly desires, I myself was being as, a victim or a survivor of much trauma and abuse, have had to be placed in reoccurring positions for me to resurrect my memories. I don't have to be re-victimized, but I need to go to the place where the pain is hidden. And a lot of that was a lot of my travels. Realistically, as a disassociated freaking, um, personality disorder, that's what I would do, is I would just shut down. I would forget the experience and run away. So by revisiting these experiences, and that's what happened to me in Arizona, that was one of the biggest gates. I was so afraid to cross that fucking portal, bro, to cross that barrier. What was it? I was 2 hours away from San Diego, and my oldest kids were in San Diego. My youngest kids wanted to go to the beach, and I couldn't. I was afraid of the memories that I would face when I got back over on that side. I was afraid of all the pain and all the suffering and everything I had completely blacked out. I was afraid to face the truth. But one day I decided, all right, I'm going to do it. And I got in my car and I started driving towards San Diego. I got halfway through the mountains over there and something happened. And I have it all documented. Something happened and intuitively I was guided to turn back around. By that time, something like I just started facing this whole activation happened, dude. I started to be brave. I was like, I'm so scared and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do this. And then I had all of my family and my spirit guides and you're going to be okay. And this is all that. I got halfway into the mountains and it all started to come back. And while it was all coming back, it was like 109 degrees, bro. I had no air conditioning and I was kind of pushing my car a little too hard. So I got freaked out about the car situation and everything all together. I didn't have a good gut feeling. I was panicking. So I came back. I spent about a week in the shelter dealing with all of those memories, but I got a good, I would say 10, 15 years of memories just getting ready to drive over that mountain and face them. Luckily, I didn't have to actually face the streets. That was a lot of what was happening too, as I was being, when I ended up back in the Bay Area. Thought I'd never be back there. And as soon as I got there, I started to get the memories. I remembered everything. But I remembered everything. So why am I homeless? Well, again, I had to give up everything. But I'm reliving time. 10 years ago, almost to the date, I went through my first real hard fall. I went into domestic violence, homeless shelters. And I got out. I went through it was here in Denver, and I got out of the system, and I got me an apartment, and I tried to forget about it, and I tried to hide it and tried to, pretend like that never happened to me. And I went on for about 5, 6 years, and then I met my twin flame, and all this happened. And so there's a lot of these things that I'm being called to relive so that I can re-experience. It feels like a re-victimization, to be honest, because although the memories are there that I've done this, when I visit these memories, it's the first time facing it. So I'm over flooded with feelings and a lot to deal with. That's what's gotten me here. So now that I've gotten through all of this, and that's what those cards said, the difficult times are over. It's like I had to keep training my mind for what we were doing. I can't stop the memories of coming back of everything I ever hid from myself and from this world. That's the shadow part, and that's what I specialize over here, is the parts of you that you hide. As I discover mine, I encourage you to discover yours and the power they hold. That's the miracle and the wonder of what I do over here. I use ancient fucking philosophies and fucking, Jewish mysticism, a lot of occult teachings, as well as high level psychology and scientific, mythology to do such works. I do it all here guided by myself in woods and crazy places. I sit there and completely tear my brain apart and reprogram it with better thoughts. I brainwash myself and I brainwash others. The alternative is to sit in the truth of what I was or to keep disassociating like I was, which was never being present, just running from the past into the future, wherever that was. And that, as I shown you as a Sagittarius, I was ever fleeting. I had plenty of ambition and just would over focus it wherever I wanted it to. I would gain success or whatever I wanted out of it, and then I would up and leave. Really? Yeah. Jobs, adventures, ideas, stuff like that. I was ever going. And that's why you can look at me now as being still and always tired. When you run that fast for that long, bro, all you can do is sit down and take a nap. It's like Jenny. It's like, I never see nobody sleep like you. Ain't never seen nobody run like this. I'm tired. But as it goes forward, it's like, I know what it means, what I'll do. And there's certain times, certain periods, certain places, certain people, and even times I'll never see it coming that I'll have to deal with it. What was hard was knowing how to deal with it as it happens. I was triggered by everything. And that's why God fully removed me. Anything could set me off into such pain and suffering where I was locked into a memory of my mind and I could not face what was standing in front of me. I needed to lean on God. And it worked, and it's a beautiful story and whatnot. But I mean, there wasn't an alternative to trying to fix myself and trying. It all started with trying to figure out what was wrong with me. That took years. And that's what it is. It's like, as I would find out what was wrong with me, I was trying to fix behaviors and patterns that was coming from these terrible incidents that I hid from myself and others. And that's what people really are drawn to is these, they can't wait for a Friday, dude, when I get a memory or when God shows me something or when he triggers me. They love that shit. It's very dramatic. You can hear it in my voice. You can feel my pain. I can visualize it and tell you what I'm feeling. You can hear it. It hurts. I can take you into a memory with me, or it might take you into your own. But it's worse than, it's like, it's better than any book because you're hearing it. And they're attracted to that vulnerability, to the insides. They're attracted to my insides. Most people have never seen me on the outside. True? True. Doesn't even matter. And that's where I tell everyone, it's like, dude, it doesn't even matter what I look like. And that's what, there's that saying, it's like, you don't look like what you've been through. No, we mask it. I hid it from the world, myself. There's no way you could know this is in there. I have to do serious psychological work to get inside, hours and hours of meditation to find out what is wrong with me or what has happened to me. And I teach other people that from here. But as far as the hard times being over, once you get the mind on track and the mind knows what's going on and you can handle your emotions and you can deal with this work, then it's not so difficult. Some of them I can go through quite quickly. Really? It's Thursday. By tonight, I could get one and then be done with it by tomorrow. It could take me from tonight all the way till Saturday morning. I could still be bitching about it on Sunday and crying about it on Monday. Really? Yeah, but I typically shake it off by Tuesday. There's no more of that. We got to get ready for the next one. Really? That's what we do around here. That's my life. Luckily, God created a life around that life for me. He found a way to still make me useful, still make me, you know what I mean, accessible, still give me purpose, with my only purpose being to heal me. I can now. I can recognize so much in you because of so many layers of my being. And I recognize that in the mass conscious of what we are, the matrix mind, we're very much alike because we've been fed the same information. Our logical minds logically link up because they're interlocked by the information that we've been given. It's hard to get people to think like we think when they haven't lived like we lived. But most of us living in certain decades have experienced the same living environments to where we can make that relation of, I get where you're coming from. I see why you think that way. I can see that. I get it. Whereas sometimes you're just oblivious. You don't understand why they made such a decision and where they're coming from and where they were going with this idea. Really? Yeah. And that's where you're not prone into, and that's not a bad thing. You're just at a different level of consciousness. Nobody would say that you're on a lower level because you don't think like everyone else. That's all that means. But you have to have some awareness of how everybody thinks, how they all act, how they work in unison. You know what I mean? They believe in the same, you know what I mean, justice. They have the same coding. Everybody has this coding that you can't really break off of people. You know what I mean? They have to do that their own, but they all have the same. Everybody knows to put on a fucking shirt and pair of pants, or you know what I mean? They know certain things. They all have the same understandings across the board. Some of them. Really? I mean, it's the same way everywhere you go. I think all the way across the world, they know to wash their fucking body in some kind of way, shape, or form and do something about their breath on a daily basis. They try to apply that even in rural fucking jungles. They're washing their pits and they're fucking, spitting out some water, trying to freshen their breath. That's what I mean. It's just there's some of these coatings that it goes across. Nobody's not washing their pits, dude. You're like, oh, I smell. I need some water. Something like that. That's what I mean about mass consciousness. It goes on levels. All right. A new day is birthed when we come out of the tunnel of our darkness into a new landscape. Often it can be a journey away from the dark night of the soul experience back to a healed version of ourselves. It's exactly what I shared in my shorts. It was Miranda. She's like, took you long enough. I know. I'm here now. A bad bitch is back. Guess who's back? And that's what I said. Hey, bring back that other bitch now. I'm healed. Bring that same bitch back here. And that's it. That shit I couldn't handle before, I can handle it now. Bring back that same problem. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. I'm ready to face this. The things I couldn't face before, I'm ready to face head on now. I got my head strong. I'm ready to go head on. Hey, Marshall, aren't you getting hella turned on by my pin work lately? That shit is bodacious. Bodacious, bro. I know, I heard it in my videos. Fuck, I keep forgetting I'm wearing makeup and I'm rubbing it all over my face. See what I mean? This is proof that my makeup is messed up. What do you do? I don't know. We'll check it out later. All right. Let's see. Coming out of the dark night of the soul, only to go back in. It takes courage to take the first steps out of the tunnel into the unknown world. This is where Metatron helps. The light can be blinding after being in the dark for so long. It takes adjustment for all of our senses to get used to a new reality. This happened to me 2 years ago at the full moon. I talk about it all the time. When they put me in the light, dude, I was blinded by it. I thought I was going to have an epileptic seizure. The only thing I seen recognizable was Russ, and I was trying to kill him, but I couldn't get past the light that was blinding me. Really? The light is blinding when you spend your life in the darkness. Stand on this principi of a new day and just appreciate for a moment all that you've been through and all that you've survived with the knowledge that you are stronger as a result. And that's really it. Is like I could never really handle shit because anything could fuck up my fucking, you know what I mean? My reality. Like anything could come in and that's what I tried to show you. It kept happening even when I had jobs. It's like that was the hardest one, Wolfman. You have no idea. I look at myself at that moment. It was the strongest moment of my training. I was driving to work on a Friday and I was listening to his bitch ass and he was talking about something about fucking. And I got all these torturous memories that got flashed at me right as I'm pulling into my new job. And I got to open the door. I got to do the safe. I got to turn on the computers. I got to set everything. And there's fucking customers outside the fucking door and I am stuck in the dark night of my soul. All I'm seeing is these tragic fucking sexual experiences being played in my fucking head. And I'm like, I'm sitting there trying to count trying to put the numbers into the safe. And I turn to the girl and I have to explain, can you give me just a minute? I work on a, you know what I mean? I work spiritually and on myself, in a psychological way. And I am so triggered. I'm trying to pull myself out of a repressed memory. And I just need a few moments to do this. I couldn't see my reality because I was stuck in this memory. I never had to pull out so fast of the dark night of the soul. And it was amazing because I was able to pull out of it and go back and do what I needed to do. But you can't pull out of it until you understand why you even got pulled into it. And if not, it'll just keep replaying in your head. Really? It was hard. Once I became awoke, dude, I was waking up to everything that I didn't know about myself. And it was like, I tried to explain it, dude. It would happen. I'd wake up, have a cup of coffee, kind of open my eyes, and then I'd have this fucked up memory, bro. And it would fucking knock me down. And then I'd be like, all right. And I'd wipe my face off, maybe get in the shower or something, sit back down, try to do it again. And it would happen. It just kept happening and happening and happening. I couldn't go to work. I was just recovering from mental illness all day, dude. Really? All day, dude. It was a mental illness that I was, you know what I mean? They were just coming over and over. My first sexual abuse memory came in the 4. It wasn't one memory of being sexually abused. It came with 4 memories of 4 different times and 4 different ages in the span of 3 minutes while I was on my way to go pick up a passenger. I was in the holding parking lot of DIA and I got a call to go pick up a passenger, which is less than 3 minutes away. In those 3 minutes, I got 4 fucking memories of me being sexually abused at different times in my life, to which I had never even known. I had to turn off and turn out and completely barely drive my way home. I can't even see straight. All I can see is these memories I've never seen before. Really? Yeah, bro. It was really hard. I didn't have a choice. I had to just deal with it, bro. And luckily I had Holy Spirits and I had all these guides and shit. Like I had all of this information that told me how to deal with my mind and how to think, all this positive affirmation, what I was going through. You know what I mean? This book especially. I blamed it on this book, bro. That's why this book is the most torn book in my altar. I call it my Bible. Reclaiming Your Dark Goddess, The Alchemy of Transformation. Everything was happening to me in this book, bro. My life was I was mentally and emotionally falling apart, and I was destroying everything on the outside on my way out. People had every right to think I was going crazy because it was a lot. I was telling them that I've discovered I was crazy and I was trying to fix it. But I didn't look crazy until I started to fix this. I didn't even know I was, bro. I mean, I knew something was wrong. And I knew exactly from watching movies that this kind of personality disorder comes from pain and trauma. I knew I had had a hard life. I didn't have the memories, bro. They were hidden, and they are hidden, and they come up. I can't force a memory, but there's certain things I can do to activate them. I can go to certain places that I know are going to bring up bad feelings and memories. You can say in some cases I run from a lot of shit. But I don't. God brings me back to Denver and makes me face a lot of it here in Denver. It's my home. I ran away from home and came home. Ran away from home and came home. Ran away from home and came home. Really? Mm-hmm. Then he took me to places that I ran to. You know what I mean? Oklahoma was absolutely torturous, dude. The things that happened to me in Oklahoma, I didn't face. I ran away from Oklahoma when I was shit 8.5, 9 months pregnant. Right before I was about to deliver, I fucking took it and ran away while he was at work one day. Shit like that, bro. I mean, I had a lot of shit that I was running from, and some of it I had to literally run back to face. And then you can go back to this, very unhealthy relationship that I have with, Bobby. I didn't understand it, but at the same time, it's like, I get why this was enough for the crazy girl. She couldn't handle anything more than this. Just a little bit of affection, a guy that liked her and that she could see on the side that made her feel it, you know what I mean? That was good enough. And it's still in there that, like, that's good enough for me. And it's integrating, no, I really always wanted more. I just wasn't capable of more. And then there's always the projection, well, you're not capable, blame it on someone else. But that wasn't the case. And I stand here fully and say, I was never going to be real to him. I wasn't even living real to myself. I was really just trying to live. Absolute survival mode. People really called me crazy afterwards. And it's funny, it's like, I know what crazy was. I know what my craziness is. And the craziness is completely forgetting you every time you walk out of my life. I am still crazy about you. How come I can't remember what you look like, dude? How come every time I completely black you out every time I fucking want to remember you and I want to think about you? I know where my crazy still lies, but it's not that anymore. It's like I have to be present. The craziness was my ability to completely disassociate, change my mind, go somewhere else, and completely forget that you ever existed. I don't get that. I don't get that privilege anymore. I have to sit here and deal with the horrible, terrible feelings, and I don't even have the thoughts to support why I feel so terrible about certain people, places, and things. I have to sit there and do the mental work of trying to dig up where this feeling comes from, what it's attached to, what memory. And you can't force them, otherwise, I give myself a fucking aneurysm, I would assume. I had this false perception that I could do this in a summer. First off, I didn't know what was wrong with me. Second, I thought it was just this weird twin flame journey. At that time, I was focused on twin flame whatever, which was Russ. He was doing quite well. He would reflect parts of me that I had to deal with. So I told him, and we were in a team on this. I was like, this is how it works. Your job is to trigger me. Get to work. He took it quite personal and he had a lot of fun with it. And then it became, an expression of his anger towards my rejection for, our partnership. But that's what it is. That's what it always is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a twin flame, but the twin flames make my heart more forgiving than, just external circumstances. When I see them suffering, I can have more compassion and understanding and forgiveness than just seeing suffering. Really? Yeah. So the new dawn is just that. You've been for a moment you have been all that you have been through, all that you have strived with the knowledge and that you are stronger as a result. The path ahead now is a blank page that you have earned, a page on which you can write your own new story and destiny. And that's really what it is. It's always been blank, a blank slate for me. But as I try to take these steps, there's internal fears and resonance that won't let me. There's something always holding me back from trying to create this new story. And that's what I'm always constantly working on is the blockages, which are nothing more than repressed memories, bro, that I don't have access to. But this is also the beginning of the path, in the tarot, it's the Fool card. Or in most accelerated tarot, it would be the Phoenix card. After you've completed it, now you're going to take the trip again, but you get to take it with the knowledge and the wisdom gained. You're not just out there, unknowing. Now you have a full knowing as you step into it. And that's it. It's like I come out only to go back in. I said this from the deepest part of my heart after, like, it was in the summer of last year or something. I'm like, Kobe, when does this end, bro? Like, when will I be better? When will it be over? And they had to tell me, it's like, nah, bro, we got a lot of work to do on you. But they also showed me the bigger picture that this contributes to my abundance, my fame, my fortune. You know what I mean? All of this, that pain, and as the work that I do is my future. This is my future. And they gave it more meaning to that instead of, and that's where it is there's people that have all the kinds of memories that I am currently accessing. They've been through the same stories. They don't know how to change the narrative, bro. So they're suffering in a place that I only sink into from time to time. And when I sink in there and I feel like I want to die and I make it out alive, I feel a moral responsibility to reach out to people as a voice to a survivor of whatever the fuck you might be going through. Because realistically, the mind just takes you into that pattern way of thinking. No matter what the experience is, it takes you into what we call the dark night of the soul. And I try to help you navigate how this looks and feels when it takes you there and how to get yourself the fuck out of there so you don't spend days and weeks and months and years in this place, this dark place of your memories, you know what I mean, haunting you. Or you can't see anything in front of you but this terrible thing that happened before. Really? That's my mastery. And that's what I mean. I can do it quite quickly now. I know what to do when I'm in there. I can feel when it's coming. I can see it on the calendars nowadays, but realistically, oh yeah. The path ahead now is a blank page that you have earned and a page in which you can write your own new story and destiny. But I was already creating the building blocks for this, you know what I mean, with the documentary, all of this, putting it all together. For now, just keep focused on the sunrise ahead, signifying a new day and a new start. And that's it too. As much as I'm like, all right, it's the new year. Let's get this new job. Let's get this new fucking boyfriend. Let's get this new house. Bro, we still got time. Tomorrow's Friday, which means for me, we got dark work to do. I'll see your bitch ass on Tuesday when we got the energy to do some shit. Really? Hey, the weeks around here are different. Really? Yes. The sun's beauty and reflective rays bring warmth where they are needed and lift your spirits to see new possibilities. The dream that was once far off vision is now closer than you ever thought possible. And that's it too, is, I've always watched documentaries. It's my favorite film to watch. And I am going to be starting this year creating my own. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I was really dreading it, is looking at all that footage and going through all of that and labeling it. But it's not just for one documentary. The documentary starts everything. That's what I said earlier. I was like, when they said the mayor was coming, I was like, I better put on my face. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, he's going to be shaking a famous person's hand. It's like, I'll be famous after this. So be like, I remember meeting her. Yes, you did, my friend. You met me in the flesh. You remember that day? I have it on video. Realistically, I know what I'm here to do and where I'll be in, you know what I mean, a couple years. And I was really not ready for all of that. So God gave me the grace of 2 to 3 years. It's going to take me that long to go through this fucking footage, if you ask me. Really? Yeah. But all of it we'll put the majority of it in a 2-hour fucking really captivating story, 2.5 hours. Right. And then from there, I'll take it and piece it out, like I always said, and put it on all the platforms. Really? Yeah, so they can watch all the stories. So then you know what I mean? When season something ends on Netflix, you could jump over to Hulu and watch the new season of the Twin Flame Journey. Then you can jump over to fucking Peacock and go watch this, that, and the other. Really? I got it. I'm going to give it to you. We got too much to go through, but I got it all in there. Cool thing about the documentary is it shows whatever, you know what I mean? As long as I highlight all of it, the people are going to be more captivated to wanting to know more in each area. And then the ability of putting it separating it into parts, because not everybody's interested in hearing about fucking, you know what I mean, mental health healing and shit. I don't want to hear about her trauma. That shit gets gross. I don't want to hear that anymore. I want to hear about how she does magic, or I want to hear about, you know what I mean, the talking to the dead people, or I want to hear about only the Jesus shit. Really? Yeah, everybody wants to cherry pick the shit out of this shit, so we're gonna put it in, little fucking apple trees around the orchard. Yeah, it's just the beginning, and that's what this means. A dream that was a far-off vision is now closer than you ever thought possible. Allow the healing from the bright light to bathe your body, mind, and soul. It has been long since you truly felt this level of light within and around you. Relax. You are not supposed to see the whole story yet, which is why the landscape is bare. In time, you will add the main characters and their themes that you want to enjoy and work with in this world. And that's it too. I don't have all the pieces. They come together and I can't force them. I can't sit there and be like, all right, I'm going to go and be creative for an hour. No, that comes within the hour that I'm sitting there. All of it comes. I can't. You know what I mean? It's like, when are you going to get a job? When God shows me what job I'm supposed to get. The difference between me and you is I know how to be receptive to that message. And I know, you know what I mean? That's it. It's like you're just sitting around waiting for someone to give you a job. You're not willing to go work when God says you to work. You're waiting for someone to give you a job. There's a difference. There's a difference in and being receptive and being lazy. Realistically, yeah, there's all of these people that are looking for a handout and waiting for this shit to happen. And they're not seeking the right resources or putting in the right efforts or even having the right mindset to make any of this happen. Anyways, there will be some behavior and maybe certain people that you have had to symbolically or physically leave behind to get to this new place. This is fine. Look forward or look towards the horizon. You cannot yet see who will appear over it and what surprises await you. Yet look at the sunlight and feel the warmth and the love that is here. This new journey is one to be savored and experienced in all glory. This friendly place, a universe that embraces a whole new you, all you truly came here to be. Welcome back to the light. It's a good card, dude. I don't pick them. I don't be like, oh, well, we'll wait till this day to pull it. I don't even look ahead. Not usually. I might see what's coming next, but I don't. Do you see my memory? In the essence of when I put the card back, because I keep it in the box still, I can see the next card. Tomorrow's a wake-up call. Wake up, wake up. We don't read these every day. Why? Because it takes a whole hour. Didn't you see that? They're heavy. So that might be Saturday. Tell you to wake your ass up on a Saturday. Sounds more realistic, don't you? Could be Sunday. We're also starting all these new classes. Jesus Christ almighty. Really? Yeah, I'm going to teach you the science of reincarnation, a chakra class, and we're going to start the studies of the words of Christ. Really? Christ be with you. Holy moly. Really? Yeah. All right. Now, all this fluff and stuff that we've been working on. I really thought I could cram all that in fucking 2 days. There was no way that was going to happen. Let's just get on to our first week. Really? I get so... Really? Yeah. Hey, I just got this download. Have you guys seen Father of the Bride? I turned to page 33. It's about this is whatever. It's a movie. And he hires these 2 gay interior decorators, and they're madness. They're madness. They create all kinds of madness. That's what's going on in our building right now. We have one of those too. He's part of the new what did he call it? Sanitation department. He was just ordering people, and I want you up on the 7th floor, and I want you over here, and I want you over here. There's a fucking army of people moving through this place, bro. It is like, are we selling the building? What are we doing right now? There's so much going on. Really, I'm sitting right here, and I can still feel it. Really, he must be moving really fast through the hallways. Just want to point that out. It's not important, but I'm just saying, if you've ever felt one of those very intense, this guy came to get shit done type energy, they're all over our building right now. The energy of we're excited to get to be here and to do this work is all over the building right now. All right. Whoa. That's not a good way to start. No way is that a good way to start. Hold on a second. It starts at February 13th. No, this one starts at January. Shut up. These are just, okay. These are dates to keep in mind. And conclusion. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of Jupiter going on. Júpiter. Hey, that's how you say it in Spanish. It's one of my favorite words in Spanish. Jupiter. Another one is popote. What is that? A straw? Like I need a straw to. That's not why I knew that word. I swear to God. I guess you don't really ask for a straw in Spanish, do you? Why do you know that word? I don't know. They would just teach me words, and I thought those ones were good. You know what my favorite word is? Chihuahuito. What is that? It's a little chihuahua. It's like a baby chihuahua. They call it chihuahuito. I didn't hear that until way later. And I'm pretty sure I was in Colorado when I heard that one. Really? Yeah. Chihuahuito. Sounds like something. Never mind. He's my little chihuahuito. That's very demasculizing. On page 44. All right, here we go. Are you ready to start your week? Where does the week start? It goes in fours. Oh, dude, we're going to have to read this all the time. This is a very busy book. All right, the week of January 1st through the 4th. These are in 3 days. That's even less. All right, welcome. You may wake up on January 1st. Wake up with your mind abuzz with plans and programs for the new year, but not able to come up with the physical will to set about making those a reality just yet. Yeah, you could not get up and go to the gym today, could you? You didn't go and fucking clean out your refrigerator or do all those wonderful things. Yeah, I didn't feel it either, bro. And even me with all my great energy, I went to sleep at like 2:30 and was still up at 7. I wasn't feeling shit. Really, it wasn't in the energy. But, if for those that did, bro, those are maniacs. Those are mindiacs. They put their mind to it, bro, and they didn't give a fuck how their body felt. They didn't give a fuck how the weather was. They didn't give a fuck, bro. They were like, I'm going to fucking do this. I'm going to fucking do this. Well, bro, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. That just comes down to your inner critic. How bad are you going to feel about not living up to your own expectations? You know that I'm psychologically dangerous, right? That I have the ability to incite absolute mental chaos upon a crowd or any individual. Really, I can play some serious fucking mind games with you, dude. I know how the mind works. That's deviancy because obviously I'm dealing with a broken mind to begin with. So that would be so uncruel. I mean, so cruel to do that. So I spend a lot of time trying to help you fix your mind. But I just want to point that out. I am very dangerous in that sense. Really, I'm psychologically dangerous to the public crowd. My influence and my ability to read you and your weaknesses can easily be distorted or manipulated. Going back to that card, it's like avoiding trickster people, maybe having to be tricky. You better hope I never play no tricks on you. Really? Yep, because tricks is for kids and you're God's kids, and you better hope he doesn't tell me to go play games with you. Really? I mean, I could if I wanted to. Anyways, going back to it, all this reverse psychology, bro. I'll do circles around your psychology, bro. I'll tell your brains up to where you're thinking something's crawling in your skin. Really? I mean, I have the ability to plant the seeds that shall grow into mighty beanstalks. But not be able to come up with the physical, sorry, you weren't able to do it yet. And that's okay. The universe wants you to enjoy the holiday lounging. That's exactly what we was doing. About daydreaming, watching a movie, or snuggling in your sweetie's arms. Hold me. Yeah, that would be so weird if I tried. Again, we're not very physically close like that. I mean, no. There will be plenty of time to get to work in the coming days and weeks. So don't guilt trip yourself into productivity. You may want to just take Friday off of work as a low energy vibe continues, and it could be almost painful trying to get things done. The weekend kicks off with Saturday's full moon, which is urging us to move on from toxic, domineering, romantic relationships in order to build a more nourishing domestic and family situation. Sunday is the best day of the year so far, filled with excitement, spontaneity, and a sense of emotional grounding. This is a perfect time for romance as long as you are with a chilled out partner. Tips for a 5-star week. This is useful. This is a good purchase, don't you think? I feel like I got my money's worth in just the few pages. We've learned so much, and they keep trying to give us more information. Really? Yeah. How much did I pay for this? Oh, yeah, I got it on sale. I got it at Ross. That's what I heard. Shut up, bro. That's not even. I had to go to 2 different stores. All right, tips for a 5-star week. Put personal and professional plans on the back burner during the first days of 2026. That goes against your programming. You're told that you're supposed to start to get with the program on the 1st. So they told you to wait till Monday or Tuesday or not today. See what I mean? And that's why I said these people out here that are sticking to their program, they're mindiacs. They're all in their mind, dude. They don't give a fuck how they feel. They're going with it, bro. Why? Because they're determined to stick to their guns. They're inflexible. Cardinal is what they call that. I'm pretty mutable. I'm okay. I can do this. I can lounge. Sometimes it's like, oh, you get ready, you got your old gym shit, and you go outside and you got a flat tire. Motherfucker, you're about to get a workout right now changing that tire. That's where I'd be sitting there with God. I see what you're doing, God. I see what you did. You're trying to protect them from the fat people, huh? From the judgmental people at the gyms. You're trying to protect them. Protect them, God. Distorted realities, perhaps. I see them in the name of God. All right. Instead, do absolutely nothing but enjoy life's artistic and physical pleasures. This is an ideal time, however, to get your love life in order. My love life is what is the order? What is the standing of my current love life? I love life. All right, come on. I got to really do a real assessment of myself right now. This is going to start a dark night of the soul, inevitably. How do you feel about men today? I feel like they're sexy. I see a sexy body in my vision. I feel like they're sexy. That's a good feeling. I feel attracted to men today. I feel they're attractive. Okay, where's your fear factor? What are you so afraid of? I don't know. The LSD thing put pornography real bad on me. They made me believe that, pornography is a sin and they're going to all die and they have addictions and they should be separated. Just kidding. No, that's what the psychotherapist did to this family. And then afterwards beat the shit out of their children. Not really. No, she was just tying them up and hanging them. That's all she was doing, apparently. Not. That was a terrible fucking... What did you watch? I don't know. I had it for breakfast. It was a crazy story. It's on Netflix. It's called The Best Influencer. This bitch was famous, bro. For what? Couples therapy. Sorry. Going back to it. Where are your fears there? I mean, do I have those insecurities? I mean, I think every woman... Is she doing it again? Get out of there. Get out. I don't know what she's trying to get. I mean, I threw her toy away, and I think that pissed her off. The CJ keeps dropping things, and I think she thinks she can get to it. No. Yeah, I'm going to pop you on your nose. Don't do that. Don't do it. I'm going to spray you with water next. Down boy. As far as my love life, I mean, that was triggering. Can I tell you something that he's not going to appreciate? Bobby has so many of the fucking characteristics. Like, they all carry them. To say that Russ triggered this in the very beginning, dude. He's like, maybe I should sign on to Pornhub. Maybe I should pull out a porn. The fact that you own your own porn, like it's a fucking family movie and you just, like, that's your favorite to go to satisfy yourself, makes me very uncomfortable. All of this does. Your deviant sexual behaviors of self-pleasure makes me very uncomfortable. By the time I got to Wolfman, I'd already accepted, 12 guys and Marshall, chronic masturbator. You know what I mean? I had to find some certain level of compassion and understanding. But I don't want to live in a home with this. Oh, I'm so triggered. Here we go. It's just they're and then I go back to that deviant that was in this building jerking off and shit. It's like he validated every woman's every fear. What is it? I can see it's being put into words. It's like the sexual pleasing. They're never sexually pleased. They're never pleased. And I can look at Bobby as a pure example of this bullshit. It's like, what the fuck do I got to do to get you to fucking stop fucking with my heart? Realistically, that's all you fucking want, bitch. That's all you want. That's all. I could fucking ruin your life. And if I could do it, any bitch could do it. We will fucking ruin you, bro. I got homegirls that'll fucking screw and blue you, bro. for fun, just to post it on the internet in your girlfriend's face to say they fucked you, bro. I fucked that bro. I fucked his fucking, that fucking bitch's fucking husband. You know what kind of games you're playing out here with women? They're playing you, bro, and you have no control. And I don't want to even live in that. Like, it's my fucking responsibility and shit. Keep you fucking sexually pleased so that you can keep your eyes on me. Because you can't keep your hands off yourself or something in that sense. It's their only way of pleasure. So they just exert it in such unhealthy ways. And I think that, that was definitely triggering. Realistically. And then you go back to, I did the science of it. What are they watching? What is this? So, and then I realized what they're fucking watching, bro. They're watching dick. They're watching dick. They get excited to watch a dick come. And I was like, you guys are fucking gay. And that turned into a video that I made like a month ago, and everybody went very quiet on that one because they couldn't deny the fact that they were getting aroused watching another man orgasm. They realized what they were doing, and it just made me feel gross. It made me feel gross, bro. The whole thing. And then you can look at them, the deviancy of, sorry to do this to you, but look at any of my 12 twin flames and look at the women they follow. You can look at these dumb bimbos and see that they have no fun. Every single dumb bimbo they follow has the same fucking bimbo profile, which is them taking pictures in bikinis and fucking, you know what I mean? It's the same profile. It's like Instagram 101. It's like, this is what you do to be an Instagrammer. You have to have 10 pictures of this. Don't forget your food items. Make sure you have travel pictures. Make sure you're always holding your face like this and put your hands underneath your fat chin. Sorry, I'm getting angry. Oh my God. Realistically, and that's what it is. They all fall for the same fucking trick. Over and over and over. It's the same tricks that work in all of these men. We could trick the shit out of you bitches. They are. You're their tricks. You call them stupid things like sugar babies when you ain't getting no candy. You got diabetes. You got a fucking gummy worm. They do it. Why would any man in the world follow Kim Kardashian? Exactly. And you can just go through it. And it's like, you know what I mean? Someone from Russ to like Wolfman and all of that. It's like, dude, you have thousands of bimbos, dude. You're just attracted to bimbos. That's what you do. When you get bored, you get on Instagram and look at bimbos. You're not educating yourself. There's nothing about that. One thing I want to point out that's probably going to scare some of you, but I'm just nosy. Not everybody has open subscriptions, so I can't see my subscribers, but some do. And when I see a new subscriber that has an open subscription, I can see how long you've been on YouTube. I can see your subscribers, but I can also see what you're subscribed to because it's an open subscription. So it shows all the things that you're following, and that gives a profile of you, right? And that kind of shows the diversity. I can see that you're watching me, but you're also watching one or two other kind of spiritual channels. And then you're into certain kinds of music, and you're into certain kind of activities. I can see a lot of you by what you watch on your YouTube channel, which makes you kind of intriguing. What sparks your interest is what I can see. Not everybody, I assure you. I have over 3,000 and I can only see maybe 100 of them. I haven't scrolled through all of them. I have not done this to all of you, but when I get a new one, I'll just pop on it and see, is this an old account? Is this a fake account that was made this year, a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago? I don't really care about your subscribers, but there is people that I have in there that have over 70,000 subscribers. They have a bigger presence than I do, and they are watching me. And that's cool because somehow on their level, I can still contribute something to their lives. So that's cool as fuck. We're going into this. You can tell a person, you can read a person so much without even asking them to speak. And something like this. So when we're talking about, and that question is like, where are you with men? I guess I'm just dealing with the truth of what they are and trying to get past it, accept them for what they are. Is that something, you know what I mean? It's like, how many religious factors or families have tried to fight this battle of this secret addiction to lust? whether it comes in the form of pornography or they're over there paying for fucking strippers or hookers. You know what I mean? They have an unsatisfying stomach, which is so fucking funny because these men are absolutely unsatisfying to the women on the other side. You're not getting us off, but it's our fucking absolute moral duty to make sure that you're fucking keeping wet all day. And that's just really it, is the only way they can seek pleasure is through that. And so they're over sensified to this bullshit. It just was a reminder. It brought up another, you know what I mean, soft spot. Limp dick. Realistically, yeah, when I thought about that, dude, Morgan and that whole thing, bro, she was like, because of his drug abuse or whatever, he has a limp dick and she has to do a lot of fucking work to get it working. And to me, I have memories of, you know what I mean? Like being forced to do it. It's like, oh, do it better and do it this. It's like, you're making me feel like I'm no good and that I'm not doing it right because there's something wrong with your dick. I would be called to fucking overperform because there's something wrong with you. You needed all this extra. You want to put on pornography so you have something to stimulate your no working dick. I can't imagine working that hard to please you. And realistically, just to get you started, are you even going to get me off? Sex was just unsatisfying to me in my relationship. It was just a matter of payment. So when I think about this and how unsatisfied and how they're always seeking outside of themselves, and the only sexual partner I have is currently cheating on his fucking wife, all of this just brings up the worst of pains and suffering, but also severe reprogramming. Somehow, despite all the truth I've ever seen and known about men, I have to program myself to believe in a different man. Now, the cool thing about it is when I do, he shall appear. There are men that aren't this. But when you've spent your whole life around these type of people, you can't see what another person would look like. You can't even fathom the idea that there's men out there that don't have these problems. Because every man you attract has these problems. Why? Because you're attracted with men with problems. Ultimately, if you want to know the truth. So going back to Bobby, he has all the tendencies. I thought he was a great guy, and then he gets in the car and starts telling me about some of his traumas, and I was like, I would have never guessed. I thought you were just raised with money, and you were this and that. Well, you hit it as well as me. Congratulations. Now I'm finding out we're all just fucked up. Well, God help us all. Are you doing the psychological work? No, you're hiding behind a job like I did. Well, I have no time for that. Realistically, no, I did what you guys did. I tried to hide it, and I hid it better than anybody else, even from myself, from my children, to when I brought it out, nobody even believed it. But it did no good. You keep hiding your pain, dude, and you're not going to get any better. But anyways, it says it's time to get your love life in order. As again, I try to fantasize, I try to get close, and here it comes a worry. What is it? I don't know. It could be as simplistic as a telephone. I'm worried about who you're talking to on the phone, what you're fucking up to, what you're putting in your eyes. That's unhealthy. I can't go into a relationship with that kind of feeling. And so now I got to sit there and go through all of the places of where this feeling came from, how many times I felt this way that causes these insecurities, all the times of actually catching them or even feeling that way. I have to unpack this. Huge. Doesn't mean that I won't be triggered. It just means I have to fucking program my mind every time it tries to say, what's he doing on his phone? I got to tell it something good. Now, what happens when we find out that you're really doing the shit on the phone and I've just ruined my thoughts? I've just brainwashed myself to believe you're not that type of guy, and you actually are. It does a lot more damage than just believing that you are a piece of shit. That's why I have to be very careful in what I tell my brain to believe. I can't let myself down. It's already been let down by everyone outside of me. I need my brain to trust me. So when it gets to someone like Bobby, I cannot make my brain believe something that he could end up damaging my thoughts. I can't make my brain trust him. Only he can do that. I can't do that. If I tell my brain that he won't do something he's shown me time and time he did, my brain doesn't trust me when it comes to him. It doesn't trust him. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I had to reprogram it to even get close to him. No, he's not going to do what he always does. He's going to be better. Look, he's showing that he's talking. Nope. Dealing with sick people will bring out your sickness or make you go sick. It's like, you know what I mean? Dealing with a crazy person will make you go crazy. Understand that. Even if you never had mental illnesses, bro, when you deal with a person that has mental illnesses, they're going to inflict mental illness upon you. You're going to become mentally ill dealing with a mentally ill person, bro. Realistically, yeah, and that's what the point is so that we can take all of our individual mental illnesses and start fixing them so they're not hurting our children, our lovers, our neighbors, our coworkers. Because in my instance, I can show you how it was hurting everyone. My hurt was hurting everyone outside of me. And I'm no different. That's everybody that's hurting. They don't even realize you don't even realize. And that goes back to your disassociation to your fucked up relationships right here. You are completely unhappy in the house with this partner, and you're so disassociated that they are too. Both of you are holding a mask. You're literally looking at each other on the couch. You're like putting up, I can see this thing where you put up a mask up to your face and look at each other, and then you put the mask down and look back at your phone. You sit there in front of a, you know what I mean? Whenever you come together, you put this mask up to each other, and then you put it down. We all wear different masks. I don't know where you are in your relationship, your love life. This is what holds me back. Really? Yeah. I mean, just a new shit to deal with. If you're dealing with an overbearing me first partner, you can find the determination to either set boundaries or stand up for yourself or finally break things off for good. Additionally, if you have the opportunity to build the home life of your dreams over the next 12 months through the actions put in place on Saturday. Whoa, bro. I told you there's specific times that you can plant seeds that'll grow for, like, you know what I mean? That'll flourish. Did you hear that? You have an opportunity to build the home life of your dreams over the next 12 months through the actions put in place on Saturday. This Saturday. Why? Saturn pushes you to your limits. It's a fucking full moon. If you act in your heart, it can change your future. If you open your heart under the full moon, it aligns perfect for it. Cancer, the full moon in Cancer, and Saturn pushes the limits. And again, everybody's being pushed into new. They're feeling it. I want to do something new. I want to try something new. I want something better this year. Hey, I said that in my last video. It's like, you better kiss this person goodbye or you're going to be kissing their ass for the rest of your life. That was a better way to say it, especially when we're talking about me first. I wonder in Jonica and Russ's relationship, who is the me first? Whose needs come first? What he says goes, or whatever you want? Interesting. Might just be balanced. All right, we'll get back to this on the 5th. I gave you an hour 7 on that one. What do we talk about? What do we talk about? New day, a new dawn. That's what we talked about. That's what I'm going to label this as. What was the last thing I just said? That was epic. Epic. Well, that's the energy. I don't know. We're lounging. Fuck. I didn't see that coming. All I asked was, you know what I mean? And then I remembered what I saw in that video and how it bothered me. It bothered me. But they try to treat it. The Mormons believe that pornography is a serious fucking addiction, and they try to treat it real heavily within the communities so that it's not something that's tearing up families. I see that as honorable, not the way they were doing it. Hell no. But in the sense of, we've got a serious problem. This is a serious fucking problem, bro. The over-sexualization of, you know what I mean, of the world we live in. And I just want to point out, they're over-sexualizing women. We don't see these hot-ass men anywhere other than Lewis, and I told him to put his fucking shirt on, so now we really don't get no skin. No skin to win. Take it off, Lewis. Just kidding. As I said, you're trying to be sexualized. Can you stop that? Really? I mean, he's a sexy beast, though, isn't he, though? Down boy. Hey, I love you guys. He'll be an old man one day. Some of them get sexier the older they get. I never thought Eminem was adorable. There was women that were like, oh my God, he's so sexy. I didn't think so. I think he's become beautiful with age. Really? Yeah? I did not. Hell no. I was not one of those chicks. Nope. Nah. No offense. You're beautiful. Cause you are beautiful, no matter what I say. Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye bye now. Oh, I'm not reading the comments. Sorry. Go fuck yourself.